All right, so to make your sketch, the first thing that you want to do before really doing anything else is just make a border that you're going to be working out of. So you do have measurements on your site, but for right now, all that matters with your measurements is putting them on the paper. So you don't have to worry about the length or width of your crime scene actually matching up to those because you are not doing your drawing to scale. So I'm just going to go in, make my borders. Doesn't need to be perfect. Attach that. So now that I have on my paper, like the room, quote unquote, that I'm going to be working out of, I can start going in and plotting my evidence. But first, I want to add on the dimensions of those walls. So how long and how wide is that room? I'm going to take this over. If you're looking at the screen that has our virtual crime scene, hopefully you can see that a little bit. The dimensions are given to you at each of these red arrows. So I'm going to click on top wall, distance 2 of and between windows on the north wall. That is not what I wanted. Black dot, excuse me. So black dot up there will give you, so length of the north wall, so the wall at the top of my paper is going to be 51.5 centimeters. So I can see that on my ruler. If I click to zoom in, it goes past 50, past 1 to that halfway. So 51.5. So I'm going to go add that onto my paper. Probably will not show you how to find the rest of the measurements exactly because that does not work so well. There we go. So north wall, I'm going to go ahead and draw my arrow that indicates north. So I've got my arrow. Sorry, I'm trying to work with this document camera. And then I knew that this wall was 51.5 centimeters. So now my other walls go down to that other black dot. East wall is 44.4, it looks like. So I'm going to add that in, 44.4 centimeters. So now I can go in and plot all of my evidence, my windows, my body, doors, etc. So I'm going to start with the windows. I'm going to click on the window that is closest to evidence number 7, that red arrow that I tried to go to before. So distance from northwest corner to westernmost window. So northwest corner, and then my western window. I'm just going to draw in like a little rectangle. So you're basically just transferring what you see on the screen onto paper, but the key thing is adding in those distances. So that window is going to be a little less than 8. So let's say 8.8 centimeters. So 8.8 centimeters from the western window. So at the very left corner of my paper or corner of the screen. That window itself is 7 centimeters long. So add that in. And then it is then this window over here on the right or eastern side is going to be 28.5 centimeters from that wall. So adding it all the way in from the western wall to that window closest to evidence marker 7 is 28.5 centimeters. That window is going to be 6.5 centimeters. So I'm getting all of this directly from these photos. And it is 6 centimeters from that eastern, northeastern wall. So now I've got my top north wall windows about exactly as you see in the crime scene. So repeating that for each window and door will be that same kind of process. So then let's say I want to plot my evidence marker number 5. So broken glass, distance from glass to west wall is going to be, let me zoom in, about 10 centimeters from the west wall. So I'm literally going to draw a circle with some squigglies. I'm going to call that evidence marker 5, and it is 10 centimeters. So you do not need to be an artist, I promise. Then it is about 3 centimeters from that north wall, so from that window. So you're going to have lines and measurements overlapping. That's okay. And we are good on our broken glass. So we've got evidence number 5, the broken glass. So when I go down to make my key, I would have 5 broken glass. So there's my key as well. So you repeat this until you have a complete sketch with measurements of everything. So I'll go in, let's do the bed. So the bed dimensions, it is about 16 centimeters. So I'm just going to add it in. Remember, this is not to scale, so it does not need to be perfect. So add in my measurement here, 16 centimeters. Whoops. It is 12 centimeters wide. It is 21 centimeters from the east. So over to the right side of our paper. And it does not give us the distance to the west wall, which is fine because we know that it's up against the wall. So then just repeating that throughout your whole. So now I can add in, this is evidence number 6, add it to my key. 6 is the bed. So you'll repeat that. You have your arrow pointing north, so you know that east is going to be to your right, west is to your left, south is down. So when it refers to south wall or northeast wall, following it just like you would on a compass, drawing in all of your windows, all of your walls. So you'll have something complete that looks like this with all those measurements, dimensions of everything. So we know how long and how wide the bed is, but we also know how far it is from the east wall. So that will repeat until you have your complete sketch.